Thank you. We'll take another question from the phone. We have Marvin Marshall with Nighttime News Space Report.
Hi, my name is Marvin Marshall from the Nighttime News Space Report on twitch.tv. My question is for Doug Hurley. Doug, it's a pleasure to meet you. Being the first commander on board the SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket and Crew Dragon, I'm sure you've worked very closely with SpaceX, to make that flight happen with Bob. Now, what did working with SpaceX on advancing human exploration by making, Falcon 9 human-rated teach you, and how much confidence did that whole process give you and our ability to return to the moon and lunar surface aboard a SpaceX, Starship and Orion capsule in the coming years with the Artemis program? Thank you.
Hey, Marvin, great question. Yeah, it's a process, right? We had a great team, a relatively small team at NASA that worked with SpaceX, and the collaboration was incredible. And I've seen that. I didn't get to do a ton of work with Orion and SLS just because my last 5 or 6 years at NASA was working with SpaceX and with our NASA team to get us to ISS in 2020. So, but it's a very similar mindset. You have your ups and downs. You work through those processes. People remember we had some pretty significant ups and downs getting to the launch pad with SpaceX. What I like about Artemis I and this flight test, this end-to-end flight test, is we're really pushing the hardware on this particular flight to give us that confidence to put crew on it on Artemis II. And very similar mindset as to what we did with DM1. If you remember, we flew an uncrewed test flight as well. We also flew an in-flight abort test, and then we put crew on Falcon 9 and Dragon. So I really like the direction where we're going from, a former test pilot, and this is a very measured approach, but we're being really aggressive with what we're asking the hardware to do on this particular flight. So we have total confidence when we put our crew on board.
Thank you. We'll take a question from social